What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports. And for people that are watching on the painted lines, that was a tough way to lose that ball game for the Philadelphia Phillies as they fall in this first game of the series against the Washington Nationals by a score of 3-2 with the bases loaded, 2 outs. Rhys Hoskins grounds out. Man, it's a tough way to lose, definitely, after that week-long road trip out on the West Coast. Yeah, I know there wasn't really many recaps on that just because they're late games. I fall asleep during them. But yeah, no excuse, but still. To move on from that, but still, you only win 2 games on that road trip. It was a tough stretch, really good teams, and coming home, it's a tough way to lose. You had your best pitcher out on the mound so far, Zach Wheeler. His worst start of the season. He doesn't go past 3 innings, and just not the best start out of Zach Wheeler. Pitch count got very high. It definitely didn't look the same. And honestly, with the last pitcher's duel between Scherzer and Wheeler, both of those guys did not go past 6 innings. I think Scherzer didn't even go past 5. So for Scherzer, it was the pitch count. Scherzer pitched a good game today. It was just, that pitch count for both pitchers got really high early on in this ballgame, but Zach Wheeler was the one that allowed more runs. It's just really a tough game because the offense was really lifeless tonight. Your 2 runs are home runs by Bryce Harper early in this ball game, Rhys Hoskins in the 8th inning, and you had many chances in this game with runners in scoring position to drive those runs in, and you didn't. There were many chances throughout this ball game, even though there weren't that many hits, especially early to midway through this ball game. You only had 2, but you had a lot of guys getting on walks, and you just couldn't find a way to get those runners home, which is very, very bothersome. Very, very bothersome. But the bullpen, got to give a lot of credit to the Phillies bullpen. Everyone that came in pitched really good. Brogdon, Suarez continues to be great. Archie Bradley came in. Alvarado came into this ball game as well. And pitching wasn't a problem for both teams today. Offense was a problem for both teams today. And, just to get into all the fun stuff, too. With MLB's, the cheating rule now with pitchers, how MLB wants to shorten the game now. Let's add another rule to where we have to check each pitcher every single inning when they're done to make sure they have no substance on their personnel at all. Their hats, their belts, their jerseys, their fingers, their arms, whatever, on the ball. It's such a joke. It is such a joke, and especially in this game, it became a joke. Joe Girardi, what the hell are you doing, man? What the hell are you doing? You can clearly see Max Scherzer every inning. He's getting checked. It's fine. Even you tell Max Scherzer's expression, he's like, "Oh, come on, seriously, we got to do this every single inning." He was annoyed by it. But Joe Girardi, what are you doing, calling out Max Scherzer in the middle of an inning to claim that he might be cheating? What, because he was touching the brim of his cap? That's what you assumed he was cheating? It turned into this whole debacle. Joe Girardi eventually, after that, got ejected from the game because when Max Scherzer got out of one of those innings at near the end of his start, he was staring down the Phillies dugout. Joe Girardi was getting pissed. The Nats dugout taunting Joe Girardi for that entire nonsense. And Joe Girardi gets ejected from the ball game. That is an absolute joke. What Joe Girardi did. It was so laughable. It was so bad. And this thing is going to get abused by baseball. It's so going to get abused. Another terrible rule implemented by Manfred in Major League Baseball. They want to crack down on all this goddamn cheating, but they don't want to punish the Houston Astros, who won the World Series, from cheating. Just going to throw that in there. But not to get into that topic throughout the rest of the thing. Still a joke, though. Still a big joke. Getting into this ball game, Zach Wheeler, you can definitely tell he did not have his stuff early on in his ball game, as he allows some early base runners. Trey Turner, he had an 0-2 count on him, worked it, walked him. So then Juan Soto gets a single. Josh Bell gets an RBI single, making it 1-0. Yan Gomes gets an RBI single, making it 2-0. Wheeler then settled down, got out of that inning. The easiest inning for him, honestly, was the second inning. The Phillies really can't do much there. But then you also go into the top of the third inning. That's where he gets into more trouble. But we go into the bottom of the second inning. Bryce Harper comes up, first batter of that inning, facing Max Scherzer, and he an absolute bomb, absolute missile to right field, lands in the second deck, makes it a 2-1 ball game. But then the Phillies get more base runners. Andrew McCutchen walks. Brad Miller gets the second. So you got first and second with 2 outs. And you got, no, actually 1 out in this standpoint. You got Ronald Torreyes. He pops up. Zach Wheeler, you really don't expect much, and he strikes out. Go to that top of the third inning, and this is where the Nationals continue to put more on. Juan Soto gets a single, but then you also have 2 outs in this inning as well. But Juan Soto tries to steal second base. JT Realmuto tries to throw him out. The ball bounces. Brad Miller can't handle it. Juan Soto steals second base, and then so many pitches later, Yan Gomes gets an RBI single, his second of the ball game, and he makes it a 3-1 Nationals lead. The Nationals had more chances in this inning, but they couldn't cash in on those opportunities. And just going on for this rest of the game, Rhys Hoskins had a double in the third inning, and the Phillies could not drive him home. Like I said, Zach Wheeler did not last through 3 innings in this ball game, so you go top 4. Bailey Falter comes in for the Phillies out of the bullpen. Like I said, the bullpen pitched really good. He got out of that 4th inning. The Phillies, they had their chances in the 2nd inning in the 4th inning as well. Kutch got on with an error. Brad Miller walked once again. And Torreyes and Jankowski, they can't drive in those runners. Bullpen comes in once again for the Phillies. They get their job done. Phillies can't do anything in the bottom of the 5th inning, and that's where the entire debacle with Joe Girardi and Max Scherzer comes in, which was very, very funny. And just like I said, not much going through this ballgame. A lot of 1, 2, 3 innings. You go to the 7th inning, nothing really happens. Brad Miller does get on with another walk, but then a double play happens, so you don't get anything going there. Go to the bottom of the 8th inning. That's when Rhys Hoskins murders a ball to left field, making it a 3-2 ball game. And you thought the Phillies, okay, down 1 run, you're in the Nats bullpen, maybe you could work something up. Maybe you could try to get this offense going late in this ball game. But the Phillies, they don't do anything in the rest of the 8th inning, so you got to wait till the bottom of the 9th inning. Alec Bohm leads off with a double. Get that first runner on there. Ronald Torreyes hit by a pitch. You got 2 runners on. Matt Vierling I'm going to say it's an error by Trey Turner, but it was a chopper. Trey Turner couldn't field it. So you get bases loaded. Actually 1 out in this standpoint. Odubel Herrera, weak fly ball to left field to Josh Harrison. Nothing happens there. There was a little bit of an injury delay because he collided with Trey Turner, and he was fine. But so you go to the final batter of the game in Rhys Hoskins, and this was an absolute pitching battle. Worked at that 3-2 count. Rhys Hoskins fouling off balls, checking swings. He doesn't swing, and he grounds out. And he ends the ball game. That's a tough way to end it. Like I said, very, very tough way to end this. And if you look at the box score for this ball game for the Phillies pitching side, like I said, Zach Wheeler only goes 3 innings in this ball game. 6 hits allowed, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Not the best night out of Zach Wheeler. Falter comes in for his 4th inning, goes that full inning, only allows 1 hit and strikes out 1. Brogdon pitches an inning and a third, allows 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Ranger Suarez pitches an inning and 2/3. Fantastic out of him. He gets 1 strikeout. Archie Bradley pitches an inning in the 8th, allows 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Jose Alvarado comes in for the top of the 9th inning, gets 2 strikeouts. So a very good performance by the Phillies bullpen, but just quiet offensively. Very, very quiet offensively for the Phillies. Odubel Herrera in the leadoff spot goes 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts. Not a good night for him. Rhys Hoskins goes 2 for 5 with an RBI. JT Realmuto, not a good night for him. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Bryce Harper goes 2 for 4 with a home run. Andrew McCutchen goes 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Alec Bohm goes 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Brad Miller goes 0 for 1 with 3 walks, so he was getting on base a lot in this ballgame. Ronald Torreyes goes 0 for 3. Zach Wheeler goes 0 for 1 in that only at bat. Jankowski got a pinch hit opportunity. He went 0 for 1. Williams got a pinch hit opportunity. He went 0 for 1. And then Vierling got that pinch hit opportunity in the 9th inning, and he got on with that single. In terms of runners in scoring position for the Phillies, they were 1 for 10. 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position, and they left 9 runners stranded on base. So yes, not very clutch with the bats, especially late in this ball game where you had bases loaded and 1 out. Not the best performance out of the offense, definitely not. And in the Nationals, they didn't have their best showcase with the offense, but they scored early, and Thankfully for them, that was the only runs they needed in this ball game. Because Max Scherzer, even though he only went 5 innings in this ball game, he still only allowed 2 hits, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, 1 earned run. Really solid performance out of Max Scherzer. Just the pitch count got up there. In the Nationals bullpen, they settled down too. They shut down the Phillies lineup even though they had their scary situations. They managed to get the job done. So both offenses for both teams really did not do much in this ball game. Nationals had 9 hits. Phillies had 6 hits. And like I said, coming after that tough road trip against the Dodgers and the Giants where you only win 2 games out of each of those series, it's a tough one to come into this 2-game series against the Nationals and drop the first game. Because this is definitely going to be in a very important stretch for the Phillies. Very important. You start with the Nationals here, then you have a 4-game set technically with the New York Mets because you have a doubleheader on Friday, and then you play Saturday, Sunday in Citi Field. So that's going to be a tough series for the Phillies. And then I think they play 1 road game in Cincinnati. So, yeah, I think a couple of those games were rescheduled because of rainouts. So tomorrow's ball game, it's going to be an afternoon, Wednesday afternoon, 1:05. Velasquez is going to be on the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies. And if it shows me who is pitching for the Washington Nationals side, it's going to be Eric Fed. So hopefully the Phillies bats wake up. And I know Vince Velasquez in his past couple of starts hasn't been the best. And like I said, really, Vince Velasquez was going to be eventually coming back down to earth. But really, the offense does have to pick up these pitchers a little bit when they're not having their best starts. They definitely do. So I think, the Phillies did that for when Aaron Nola pitched on Saturday. He didn't have his best outing, and the Phillies had a great offensive performance, if I am not mistaken. Because, last week was just weird. You had the late night ball games. Then you have the San Francisco series, which was only on Peacock for some reason, and I completely forgot about that. I'm like scrolling through where's the Phillies game? Where's the Phillies game? Oh, it's on Peacock. Yeah, thank God I got that for free since I have Xfinity, but still, kind of weird. Definitely weird. Just to go back to that stupid situation with Joe Girardi, I'm just like, what are you doing, man? What the hell are you doing? Max Scherzer gets checked for literally every inning that he's out there. Then what implicates that you think he's cheating? I just don't understand it. Joe, what are you doing? That's my only question. What the hell are you doing? I just don't understand. It was comical. It was funny. You see Max Scherzer just like, what the hell is going on? He literally drops his gloves, drops his hat, undoes his belt. You were basically waiting for him to strip down naked to his underwear at that point. That's like, what more do I have to prove that I am not cheating? That's basically what he's saying at that point, and he's just staring down the Phillies dugout, which is absolutely hilarious. It's so funny. And this new rule by baseball, it's just bad. It's just so bad. It's bad. That's the only thing I can describe about it. So, going back into the stretch for the Phillies in the upcoming schedule, like I said, you finish off tomorrow against the Nats in the afternoon. You have that 4-game stretch against the New York Mets, the doubleheader on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then you play 1 game in Cincinnati, which was a rescheduled game from a rainout a couple of weeks ago. Then you come back home for a 3-game set against the Miami Marlins to start off the month of July. And then you have a tough weekend home series for 4th of July weekend against the San Diego Padres. It's going to be a tough one, a very tough stretch for the Phillies, and these games are so important because the Mets, they're still playing the Braves currently at this point. And if I look at I think they're playing currently, or one of their games is finished, if I am not mistaken. Yes, the Braves beat the Mets today. So if we look at the standings, the Phillies fall to second place now in the third place actually in the NL East. They are 34 and 36. The Braves hopped into second place. They're 35 and 37. And the Mets, they're still in first place at 37 and 31. So, tough stretch for the Phillies. They need to win ball games. Tomorrow, big series against the Mets. Let's see what they can do. Bats got to pick it up. The Bats need to pick it up and support the pitching. Because when your pitchers don't have their best stuff, you need the bats to step up. You definitely do. And it didn't happen tonight. It just didn't. So let's see what happens in these next few games. So what are your thoughts, everyone, on this video? Don't forget to leave your comments and thoughts in the comments section below. As always, don't forget to drop a like on this video. And for people that are tuning in on the Painted Lines, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, TTP Sports, for all Philadelphia sports recaps. And for people that are watching on my channel, all the links and stuff will be down in the description below for the Painted Lines social medias, their YouTube channel, whatsoever. And then also check out Broads Media. That link will be in the description below. Definitely go check that out. Also the links for the Florida Pod merchandise website and the link for Flyers Nitty Gritty. That'll be down in the description below as well. A lot of stuff down in the description. Definitely go and check it out. And just don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel, everyone. And I will see you next time.